All right, if you've ever owned one of these, the Dendrobium Nobile Orchid, then you know it holds a pretty big secret. Well, today we're going to unlock it. We are going to figure out how to trigger that absolutely spectacular flowering explosion. You remember when you first got it, right? I mean, it was an absolute showstopper. The canes were just completely buried under this incredible cascade of beautiful, waxy, fragrant flowers. Just amazing. But since that first incredible bloom, probably nothing, right? It just sits there. I mean, it grows new canes, it looks perfectly healthy, but the flowers, they just don't come back. It's so frustrating, and it's a super common problem. But, and this is the good news, the solution is surprisingly simple. So, listen, the key here isn't some secret fertilizer or, a magic trick. It's all about getting inside the plant's head, so to speak. We need to understand its natural life cycle and then give it the exact signals it's been waiting for this whole time. Okay, so to really solve this mystery, we have to go on a little trip. We're heading to the source, the mountains of South and Southeast Asia. This is where the orchid's secrets were literally forged by nature. Wow, okay. Now this table basically lays out the plant's entire life strategy. Just look at that climate cycle, monsoonal. What does that mean? It means this orchid is programmed for a cycle of total feast and total famine. And those thick stems, the pseudobulbs, think of them like batteries, just storing up all the water and energy they need for the tough times ahead. So picture this. During the hot, wet monsoon summer, it just grows like crazy. But then the cool, dry winter hits. And that change, that's the critical signal. It tells the plant, okay, stop making leaves, it's time to make flowers. Now, here's the problem. Our cozy homes, they're basically an endless summer. The orchid never gets that winter message. So our job is pretty clear, right? We have to manually create that Himalayan winter right in our own homes. And don't worry, it's not complicated at all. It really just boils down to a super simple 3-part recipe. And here they are. These are the 3 things your orchid absolutely needs to flip that switch from growing leaves to growing flowers. It all comes down to temperature, water, and food. Seriously, get these 3 things right and you are golden. Okay, so the first key is based on a scientific process called vernalization. Now, this isn't just something the orchid likes. No, it's an absolute biological necessity. It's a cold switch, and without it, the plant simply will not bloom. Period. End of story. And here it is. This is the magic number you need to flip that switch. For several weeks, either in the fall or winter, the nighttime temperature has to consistently drop into this range. I'm not kidding, this is the single most important trigger you can give your plant. All right, so as things are getting cold, they also need to get dry. This is key number 2. And here's what you need to watch for. Once you see a tiny, final leaf pop out at the very tip of the newest cane, that is your signal. That's your cue to dramatically cut back on the water. You're telling it, hey, the monsoon's over. Now, you might see the canes start to look a little wrinkly, a little shriveled. Don't panic. This is actually a fantastic sign. It means the plant has correctly entered its dormant period, and it's using up its internal water stores, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. And finally, key number 3, the food fast. Think about it. Nitrogen fertilizer encourages leafy growth, right? Well, that's the exact opposite of what we want right now. So you need to cut off all nitrogen fertilizer by September 1st, early fall. This tells the plant to harden off and start shifting all its energy towards making buds instead. Okay, so you've done everything right, you followed the recipe, and you start to see little nubs of new growth on the canes. Success! But wait a second. Are those flower buds, or are they tiny new baby plants? These little plantlets are called keikis, and if you're getting those instead of flowers, it's a classic sign that one of our signals got mixed up somewhere along the way. So how do you tell the difference? Well, you gotta look really closely at that new growth. Flower buds, they look like little rounded nubbins, and they're kind of slimmer where they connect to the cane. Keikis, on the other hand, are fatter and more swollen at the base, and they come to a little pointy, conical tip. It's a subtle difference, but it's absolutely crucial to spot. So if you're seeing keikis pop up, it's almost always because one of our 3 keys got missed. It's a process of elimination. Either it didn't get cold enough at night, it got some fertilizer way too late in the season, or it got watered during that critical dry rest period. The plant basically got a mixed signal and thought it was time for summer growth, not winter blooming. Okay, let's put this all together now into a simple year-round guide. Because this isn't a one-time fix, right? It's a rhythm. It's a schedule you follow year after year to perfectly mimic what this orchid expects in its native home. And here it is. This is the whole game plan on one slide. In the summer, you go all out. High light, warm nights, tons of water and fertilizer to build up those big, strong canes. Then in the fall, you begin the transition. You stop the food, you pull back on the water, and you let those night temperatures drop. Winter is the strict part. Cool, dry, rest. That's it. If you follow this chart, you are perfectly recreating that monsoonal cycle. And now for the best part, the payoff. The second you see those distinct rounded flower buds, the winter rest is officially over. You did it. You can go back to normal watering, maybe move it to a slightly warmer spot, and just get ready to enjoy the show. You gave it the right signal, and now you get to watch that amazing bloom happen. So there you have it. The secret isn't magic at all, is it? It's just biology. It's all about understanding and respecting the plant's ancient rhythm of feast and famine, of those warm, wet summers and the cool, dry winters. So now that you have this secret recipe, the only question left is, are you ready to trade in your green sticks for a flowering explosion?